What's going on, YouTube? It's been a long time since I've talked about Inoue, aka Inuyasha, aka Donaire. Sit, boy. Bah! It's been a long time. So he just fought Donaire, who was a really good champion throughout his career. Now, I have to ask myself a question in this fight before I get into the fight. Do I feel the Donaire that fought Inoue was better than the Donaire that fought Walters? And I have to say, I don't think he was. I think Donaire was way better when he fought Walters. Although with that being said, he's older now, he has more experience, so he's got more poise in the ring, more ring generalship and knowledge of how to move, time, and counter. With that being said, this was a very good fight. It was a very good showing by Inoue, and it was also a very good referee. I didn't catch the referee's name. Should have done some research so I could shout out his name. But this referee for this fight was amazing. The reason why I say that is, in the 11th round, when Donaire got hurt from a body shot, and what some people don't know who haven't fought or been hit in the body is, when you get hit in the body, sometimes, and actually a lot of times, it's a delayed reaction. So you get hit, you might take a step or two, then it's like, oh shit. So the minute he hurt, you see Donaire run around the ring, right? While he's running around to try to get back, and he always jumping across to go hit him, the referee steps up and bumps him with his beer belly and knocks Inoue back and allows Donaire to take a knee. So very good referee. I also thought he was a very good referee because Donaire was waiting for the standing 8 count and he didn't rise to the 9th count. And a lot of times a referee could wave it off then because he wasn't up by 8, even though you have 10 seconds. But if you're not on your way up by 8, they normally call it. But he saw that Donaire was good to finish and he allowed the fight to continue, which I agree with. Very good referee. I would love to see him in more big fights. So 2 thumbs up to you for doing your job. Outside of that, where do I see Inoue? Now, on the greater scheme, pound for pound, I watched clips of him when this was brought to my attention by one of my subs, and he looked very impressive to me, but I brought up some points that are still being exposed, especially by Donaire in this fight. So he has what I like to call hand drift. What hand drift is when you have a high guard and slowly your hands come down. Now, Inoue's hand drift happens when he's constantly throwing punches. He'll return it first, right? But the more combos he do, the lower his hands get. And that's why Donaire was really good at finding counters, because he would eat a couple of shots or block a couple of shots through the barrage of punches. And as them hands get lower and lower, Donaire would bow, counter punch. That's what actually caused Inoue to get his eye cut open. With that being said, Inoue is a small man moving up. He's moved up a lot. And I think right now he should stay where he is. He's only 26 years old. He's got time. I feel like he needs at least a year or two to adjust to his body weight, because he landed a lot of flush shots on Donaire early, mid of the fight, and later in the fight. And it just didn't have that real strong impact that it should have had. So he's moved up too fast for his body. So I would like to see him stay here for a year or two, being that he's still on the younger side, and adjust to that weight before moving up to fight bigger guys. Now, again, I must restate, I do not feel this Donaire is the same Donaire that fought Walters. So, I think this was a great learning experience for Inoue, and I don't know. I really don't know, because I know he just won the Muhammad Ali trophy, which is cool and all. It was created with Usyk, but I feel like that even though this is the World Boxing Series and the Super 6 are different, if anything, that trophy should have went to Andre Ward first, who I did a video on. But I don't know. I don't know where I rank this man. He's very good, but he has flaws. And I'm very impressed, but then I'm not. And then I am, and then I'm not. Like an example of this fight was in the 6th round, you really saw Inoue stop his come forward attack and started staying back looking for the counter, and it worked for a good 2 rounds. So it shows that he does a lot of thinking. He adjusted his game on the job, which is great. It's something that Mayweather was so good at calculating and breaking down. But then Donaire adapted to that, adapting Inoue, and he started getting hit again. So I cannot sit here and say that I think he's better than Bud Crawford. Y'all already know how I feel about losses. Like, I automatically feel that once you have a loss, if you're competing against other guys without losses who have fought other champions, fought other hard fights, that you can't be #1 pound for pound. So it's hard for me to even put Lomachenko above him. So really how I'm looking at it is, if I had to go off of my top picks right now, I would go Terence Crawford 1, Inoue 2, Lomachenko, and then Canelo. And I still have to do my Canelo video, which a lot of people are going to hate, but that's okay. Because we know I'm allergic to cinnamon. Anyways, back to Inoue. I think he's a great prospect. Well, not even prospect. He's a great champion. And I think he can become a pound-for-pound best eventually. I don't think he's as good as Bud Crawford. I think he's a very good fighter, and I'm glad that I got told about him. I enjoy watching him, but I think he has more flaws than Terence Crawford. I think once he can adjust the hand drift, and even when he lunges in, he kind of tends to drop his hands a little to where he can get countered with a straight coming in. So there's a couple little things I would like to see him tighten up. But other than that, I have nothing but good things to say about him. And truth be told, I have him my #2 right now, pound for pound. He knocked Lomachenko down, and he knocked Canelo down in my mind. And I can't believe I haven't seen anybody talking about this fight. But that's how I feel. I wonder if y'all agree. And y'all are probably wondering, what is this picture in the background? Look right above me. Excuse me, right above me. Who invited Bolo Young here? Was he coming here to recruit for the Kumite? That's crazy. Damn. It was between Donaire or Inoue, a.k.a. Inuyasha, a.k.a. Tugome, a.k.a. Sit Boy, for the next Kumite in China. That's crazy. But let me be for real. Y'all have a good day.